All right. Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This one's a big one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's been
This is the one everyone's been talking about.
talking about this one. So let's just jump right into it.
Let's do
We're
it.
talking about the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
Mike Tyson, yeah.
No? When I first heard about this, I was like, oh, this is just going to be like a media circus. It's
Yeah.
just going to be for the hype. But I got to say,
Yeah.
it was. I was really impressed by...
Yeah.
By the way, this whole thing played out.
It definitely had a lot more depth to it than people initially expected.
Yeah. It just tuned in for this.
Right.
We're talking about the fight that happened on November 15th, 2024
That's right.
at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Huge venue.
Massive.
So, I mean, right off the bat, this is a big deal.
You can tell right away this wasn't just some small exhibition.
Yeah,
This was a major event.
Just to kind of drive home the point of how big this was. The fight was streamed globally on Netflix with prelims on YouTube.
Exactly.
So we're talking a massive audience. And again, I think that speaks to kind of like this idea that this fight was something more than just a boxing match.
Right. It transcended the sport in a way.
So let's get into some of the specifics.
Yeah. Okay.
The thing that really blew my mind was the age difference.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the largest age difference ever in pro boxing history.
It was unheard of.
Tyson was 31 years older than Paul.
31 years. It's hard to even wrap your head around that.
I know. It's like a whole generation.
It really is.
Right.
It makes you think about the different eras of boxing they represent.
And, it kind of gets you thinking, right, does age really matter in a sport like boxing?
That was the big question everyone was asking.
Or is it just a number?
Can experience and ring savvy overcome youthful energy and reflexes? It was a fascinating debate leading up to the fight.
And I think that's kind of what made this whole thing so captivating.
I agree. There was a real element of the unknown.
Yeah, you didn't know what to expect.
No one could predict with any certainty who would come out on top.
And, to add to the kind of, drama of the whole thing, the fight was actually supposed to happen a few months earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was originally scheduled for July 20th.
Yeah.
But it got pushed back.
It did.
Because Mike Tyson had an ulcer flare-up.
An ulcer? Can you believe that?
And I don't know why, but that detail, it humanized the whole thing.
I think
for me,
It reminded everyone that these larger-than-life figures are still human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They face health challenges, setbacks, just like everyone else.
Like Iron Mike Tyson
Exactly.
is laid up with an ulcer. There's this whole debate about whether or not celebrity boxing is good for the sport.
Right. Some people argue that it cheapens the sport.
Right.
That it takes away from the true artistry and athleticism of boxing, while others say it brings in new fans, exposes boxing to a wider audience.
And I think that the Paul Tyson fight kind of perfectly exemplifies that debate.
It certainly did.
So I want to leave you with this question. What do you think this fight says about the future of boxing?
Yeah, that's a great question. Is this the direction the sport is headed?